Good morning. Today is the 27th of August and this is the 2023 Knebworth Classic Motor Show at Knebworth House near Stevenage. This is part 2 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle. I do apologise in advance for the wind noise, for the fact I've got this music in the background. There's nothing I can do about it, and last year 3 of my videos were demonetised, so I'm even more annoyed about it than you are. And I do apologise in advance for all the incorrect information. If I fall over, if I get interrupted by people who recognise me, which has happened twice already today, I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. If you're not up for that, then just stop watching now. So I've warned you already. Right, 1973 to 74, Dino, fixed a 246 GT. I don't know if somebody actually added the Ferrari badge on the back of them, but they never were marketed originally as Ferraris, although they were made by Ferrari. This one's sort of rather nice, kind of sort of biscuit leather interior. I'm getting vibes in this one of the car from The Persuaders, driven by Tony Curtis, which was broadcast in about 1971. 30 type of the day, obviously probably a lot more to come at a show like this. This one's a Series 1. Take a look at the lovely XK engine here. I have actually driven one of these. This one's had a 5-speed gearbox put in it, which is the original. This is a 3.8, I think. Don't know what year that is, probably before about 64. 1999 BMW 840 Ci. I think I've spotted something very appealing about it already, viewers. Oh yes, a beige leather interior. That is rather agreeable, viewers. If it had wood, it'd be even better, but we'll take that, I think. Sort of base model of the 8 Series range, but you know, still very nice. R34 Nissan Skyline GTR. Hello to Range_Connor on Instagram. 2001 to 2, the V-Spec 2. I think some of them did come in around this time officially, but most of them obviously you see would be unofficial. Obviously most of them this colour. Quite a contrast here. Lincoln Continental Mark IV. Was it just a Continental Mark IV at this stage? But you know, things like that I don't really know. Like so many things, I don't know. 79 to 80. This is a sort of California sticker, isn't it? Though, it's amazing to see that. This thing is absolutely and utterly enormous, considering the amount of passenger space in there. That is crazy. Hidden headlamps and everything. Jeep here. I'll have a look at the information sheet to actually tell me anything useful about it. It's a 42, and it's actually a Ford one of these rather than a Willis one. Excellent. I wouldn't want to go on a motorway in this though. Someone to put a Ford mat in it. It's hilarious. And we've got a Land Rover Series 3 Lightweight 1973-74. Unlike the other Series 3 Land Rovers, the dash is actually down there rather than up there, which means when you're driving one, and I have driven one of these actually, it's difficult to sort of get to the best balance of ergonomics, shall we say. Yeah, we go to 73, it says there. Ooh, a Lotus Elan M100. Yes, please, viewers. We do like these actually. I'd like to go one of these, but it just does depend, as everyone else who asks me, whether or not I actually get offered one. That's how most of the cars that you see on the channel actually appear. They get offered to me by people. What's that, 1991? I had to do Copen about 2005 or so. This would be a great deal of fun to have a go in one of these. The ones that were officially imported over here had a 1.3 engine. The ones sold in Japan and some other countries, I think they were little sort of 660s. Right, let's get this right. Austin A30 this is. Straight away we can tell because the rear window is quite small in this one. You can tell by the grille as well, if you are looking carefully. I wonder if that's actually been sort of modified in some way. Mini Mark 6, 1994, 1995. It's very sort of basic looking, that one. Most of them have been sort of dressed up. This is interesting. 2001 to 2 Citroen Zara VTS Coupe. I have actually driven one of these. I drove one on No Budget Reviews last year. This is a very rare car now. This is one's quite up together as well. Unlike the Peugeot 306 GTI 6, which shares the same engine and platform as this, these never were much of a success over here for some reason. Yeah, 2001 from Chevrolet. It wasn't too far away from here actually. They're actually a lot softer to drive than you'd actually imagine. They're not sort of firm particularly. It's quite nice really for someone like me. Ooh, very early Mini here. Actually, it's so early. It's an Austin 7 badged one, made in 1960. These are exceptionally rare now. Really, really rare. And with a fabric roof as well, because that'd be even rarer. Very, very nice. Main rival, of course, back in the day was one of these Rover Cinquecentos, or what we call the first generation 500, although the Topolino was really what that, which came in before this one. This is a relatively late one. It's about a 70-71 with the doors the conventional way round. Left-hand drive, most of them in this country now are. I imagine that's some earlier dealer sticker there from somewhere in Italy. Sunbeam Stiletto, which is a sort of member of the Hillman Imp family. This is the coupe version, similar to the Hillman Imp Californian. 1969 to 70, that one. Ooh, very nice viewers. Ooh, we do like this. Jaguar XJS is a 4 litre, 92.93 on a K, complete with a beige leather interior and wood. Look at all that wood. Very nice, viewers. I would like to have a go in something like that very much. Oodles and oodles of luxury. 1994, 1995 BMW E36. Is this actually an M3? Or has it just got a badge on it? It looks like an M3 to me by that front bumper, but I'm not going to say one way or the other because I might be wrong, like I'm about so many things, viewers. This is an early Rover P5B. Be like a 67, 68 on an F. This is a saloon rather than the coupe. Do we have an information sheet here? Yes, we do. So it's January 68, this one. Gentleman who owns this isn't very far away at all, lives in St Albans. Ooh, very nice. A beige leather interior with wood. Do like that, viewers. Original invoices and brochures and all kinds of tasty things. Very, very nice, viewers. I have actually driven one of these. I've driven a P5B coupe about a year ago, which was also agreeable. Vauxhall Victor FB, built not very far away from here at all, up at Luton. Very sort of early 60s colour, made from 61 to 64. Vauxhall in those days, they sort of redesigned their cars incredibly frequently. So the FC that came out in 64 also only lasted about 3 years, as well as this one. And we've got very nice Mercedes coupe. I forget the model number for this. 172 on a K, right-hand drive. I wonder if this is imported from South Africa. It's an original UK car. The stance has been modified a bit. It was a bit lower than usual. 250 CE. That very expensive car when it was new. Ooh, very, very nice. A Mark III Ford Granada Scorpio. This is the saloon version. The saloon came in about 1990. In fact, 1991 plate. And all the luxury in the world. We have electric rear seats in this. I can't see actually. Some of these did have electric rear seats. Probably got, if it's a Scorpio, probably have the Cologne V6 in that. Very nice. NBMX5 facelift with some modifications, I think, like most of them have. And then next to it, we've got Sierra XR4i. I thought this was a Cosworth originally, but it's just, yeah, you can tell by the actual side window treatment it's not a Cosworth. 83, 84. Type 9 gearbox in this. Very, very 80s in a white colour. 2003 BMW M3 E46. That looks immaculate actually. I like this colour. Does it actually say on the information sheet what colour it is? Oh no, but it does say it's for sale. No price, but serious inquiries only. 07788 108 195. So there we are, viewers. Let's have a look at the back of it. The wheels look very nice, don't they? That's all been polished up to within an inch of its life. Morris Mine, I was wondering when it's going to be before we'd see one of these. 68, 69, minor two-door, like the one that I drove actually on the channel in September last year, but it was a Trafalgar Blue. This one is, I can't remember the colour, it's the same colour my mother's one of these was, which I used to own. 1984-85 Mercedes-Benz R107 SL. Quite a basic looking one of those wheel trims. It's like a 280 or something. With hat on the back shelf, of course, because that's what you need. Yeah, 280 SL, this one. That's a bit new to be here, to be honest with you. If that's here, I would have, you know, bought my own car in here as well. It's 2006, but never mind. We're not here to sort of decide what's supposed to be here. That's not my job. Interesting kind of Beetle convertible. Is that a beige leather interior, viewers? Yes, it is. And contrasting colour door handles as well. And then we've got Triumph Herald 1360 convertible, 68, 69, like the one that I drove on the channel last year. They are a bit scary away because the brakes are not very good, and of course there's no synchromesh on first. The Camaro, which is a 2010. It's the RS model. I think you can actually buy these over here briefly. Very nice view. It's a V8 classic Range Rover. Don't know why it's got smaller plates on it. Not a soft dash, so not one of the very last ones. I don't think it's an LSE. I think it's just a normal one. Oh, it's a Japanese import. That explains why the plates are small. There we go. Isle of Wight registration for some reason. 93, 94. Oh, Ford Sierra. This is one of the later ones, about 1990-91 on an H, 1.8 LX Sapphire. That looks remarkably original, actually. It's nice to see something that's straight and unmodified like this. I think those are the original wheel trims as well. Wow. And a Capri, of course, a Capri. Why not? We do like Capris. Maybe originally kind of registered by Ford themselves, 00. But maybe not. I mean, we're very close to Essex here, as I've said. So 85, 86, an injection special, I think this one is, with some nice RS wheels. 1966 Jaguar Mark II. See what engine this is, because yeah, it's a 2.4. Despite the fact that it's a base model, that still looks absolutely great, doesn't it? And we've got some Bentleys. Yes, more Bentleys and more beige leather interiors. This one is blue with a beige leather interior with wood and piping. Excellent views, it's what we like. What model is this one? It's a Brooklands, which was the base model back in the day, so 93, 94. And this is a Brooklands R by Mulliner. Yes, viewers, in dark green with a beige leather interior and wood. The only thing I haven't got is piping. If we had piping, we'd have sort of a whole set. I mean, that would be rather nice, wouldn't it? Very nice indeed. I think it's presumably about the same era as this one, but maybe a little bit later. Very expensive or new, I'd imagine. This is some kind of replica based on the BMW Z3 platform. You can tell by the doors immediately. Also, just an information sheet here. I like when people do that, views. It's a 2002, so very late Z4 this is based on. Inspired by the DB4 Zagato, with sort of interesting wheels on it. 1981 to 82 BMW E21 320 Bauer convertible. That's rather agreeable, isn't it, viewers? And it's for sale, about 14,950, dial 07588670263, all near offer. This was the only, I think, official first generation 3 Series convertible. The second one had the Bauer type and then another type as well. 2000 Mini Cooper Sport, sort of one of the special editions towards the end of production for these. And then Mark 1 Golf Cabrio, but a very late one. They never did a Mark 2 Cabrio, they just continued with the Mark 1 until I think 1993. This is a 192 plate on J. Actually got electric windows in this one as well, though we've still got kind of elements of the Mark 1 dash, I think, in there. Tiny little heater control, for example. This is a Clipper model. Don't know what that's doing in here, can't talk about it anyway. Lotus Elan Plus 2, 1968 to 1969. It's very nice, isn't it, viewers? A handsome car. Indeed. 1988-89 Porsche 944. Is this a turbo model, viewers, or it's just a normal one? Just a normal one. And then another MGR V8, viewers. And of course more beige leather interiors with wood. Keep sort of seeing these and sort of wanting one, I'm afraid. Yes, there we go. 1975-76 MGB roadster rubber bumpers, and then next to it a much earlier one, 70 to 71. Then we have Ford. I think this is popular, yes it is, so it would be from the 50s. It's based on the earlier, let's get this right, the earlier sort of Anglia shape. They were Ford's sort of cheapest car back in the 50s. These. A bit more expensive the Ford here, the Shelby Mustang, 1967 on an E. And that's very nice, isn't it? Jaguar Mark II 3.8 litre, pre-suffix plate, and then something really rare next to it, about the same sort of era, so the early 60s possibly, Lotus Elite, the first type, glass fibre body. This is in really nice condition as well. I think this is a Coventry Climax engine in one of these, unless someone to put a different engine in it. Then we've got GMC, I can't remember what the name of this is. Limited S, I can't remember the name of these ones, most on the back. Savannah, there we go. Yep. I know nothing about American cars, viewers. Ooh, E30 BMW 318i convertible, 1991-1992 registration. We're going to see quite a few more of these as we go around here. Ooh, a Rover 2000 TC. This is the of course, Series 1.5, these P6s. 72. They get the name of this sort of colour now. Quite popular back in the day. I like these sort of massive Rover badge in the middle of the boot lid there. Oh, a Saab 90. Gosh, these are rare. Sort of cheaper version, really, of sort of hybrid of 99 and 900, made between 1984 and 87. I've driven a 900 of this era, which is actually older than this. That's what a B, so 84, 85, very rare. Also very rare but very nice is this Peugeot 406 Coupe, 1999 plate. I have actually driven one of these. It was a V6 manual. This one I'm not sure what engine is this. Lots of them left are actually manuals. I think that looks like the original dealer plates on that. They are superb cars, very nice to drive. Someone made a very silly joke there. Bay window 74, 75. Increasing in value as I'm sort of looking at it, I think. And of course we've got one of these modified Beetles with sort of rusty paint. Tax imposed. We don't need any tax on this car over the stage, do you? You also can go in the optional emission zone without any problems, as you can with this Mark 1 Golf convertible. You don't see many early ones like this. 81 to 82, the GLI model rather than GTI. It's post facelift one. Then a very nice Datsun. I'm trying to work out what model this one is. It could just be like a Fair Lady or something, because that's what the cars were called in Japan. No, it says 240Z on it. Who knows? I've driven a 260Z, not a 240Z though. Ooh, 1986 or 87 Vauxhall Nova 1.3 SR. Now, the steering wheel in this is amazing. Look at that. That's unbelievable. And also the wheels are off something else. I can't remember what those are off actually. Maybe a Cavalier or something, Mark III. But actually it's not that modified. You know, consider it a Nova. Ford Focus ST170, I think this is. In this particular colour. Most of them probably were, if not all of them. Next to it, another Focus ST. This is the Mark III facelift. This one. I used to have one of these in a bright orange colour. It was very, very fast. Also fast back in the days. This Mark I Mini Cooper. It's the Morris badged one. Classic colour for these. Can't remember what engine those are. Maybe a 998 or something. 64. 77, 78 Chevy Camaro Z28. I bet that makes quite a noise. And then another Morris Minor. This one is between about sort of 60 and 62. Yeah, it's September 62 disc, so I imagine it's 61. It's before the 1098 CC upgrade came in because of the wipers. It's a very nice looking one. We saw an FB Victor earlier on. This is an FC Victor, 1966, also known as the Victor 101. Very, very different styling from the FB, and actually in really nice condition, because they had a terrible reputation for rust back in the day, like most cars did. Not just Vauxhall, but Vauxhall in particular had this reputation. Whether it's justified or not, compared with the other cars, well, you can let me know, can't you? My God, this is for sale as well. It's 1928 Chevrolet sedan, built in Argentina in right-hand drive. Goodness me. So, call 07966 138474. I mean, it's going to need a bit of work, isn't it, that, viewers? Just a little bit of work. 1977-78 Mini 1000. That's a very kind of tasteful colour scheme, I must say. Very tasteful. I really like that. Look at that. And then we have, gosh, Mercury Comet. I've never seen one of these before, I don't think ever. 1973-74 on an M. That is just ever so 70s, isn't it? I just never seen one of those like that. Gosh, vinyl roof as well. E30 BMW 325i, 1989 to 90 on a G, with some wheels that have virtually no profile on the tyre at all. Then a couple more of these MGBs, 1967-68 on an F, 1973-74 on an M. That looks remarkably kind of straight and original, but with the disc wheels on it. This one's had some sort of mini light style wheels put on it, which I'm not averse to really. It's got the later interior in it. Then Land Rover. Now, is this a very late Series 3? I think there was an overlap between the Series 3s and the sort of county ones. I think this is a Series 3, 83, 84. Another Morris Minor. This one's looking a bit sort of shinier than the other one in this colour we saw. Different seats in this, which is fine. But yeah, original seats aren't actually that uncomfortable, surprisingly. I've driven one, they're not that bad. 67, 68. Then some more luxury views. We do like a bit of luxury on the channel, as you know. XK8. Be a sort of late 90s. Personal plate on this one, of course. Look at all these buttons for climate control and things in there. The days before touchscreens. Thought for a moment it was the XKR, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a normal one, that one. Couple of Mini Coopers here. This is the sort of early 90s one. 91, 92 on a J. Contrasting with one of the last ones of the shape. Another Cooper Sport, like the one we saw earlier, which is a green one. This one, I don't actually know what year this is. I've looked at the interior and that suggests to me that's from the early 90s, but it's actually got a Clubman front end on it, so that's a bit of a bitzer, I think. So if it's got a Clubman front end, then yes, most certainly sort of 70, 74, 75, but the interior's been changed and things on that. There's the front end of that Cooper. Another M100 of Land, which we're breeding here today. Again, 1990 to 1991 on an H. I just love the kind of early 90s feel of the instrumentation. This one is just the SE rather than the turbo. Something absolutely huge here from 1967. Chevrolet. What year this is? Sorry, what? I don't know. Maybe an Impala or something. I'm not sure. Passive, isn't it? Original Mercedes SLK here. Probably the 230 compressor. Most of them were at the start. What's this on an R? So 97 to 98. Yeah, it is a compressor. Then we've got something else here, an early Vauxhall, the Velox. I think they call these the E-type Vauxhalls, these ones. I could be wrong. I get very confused with 50s Vauxhalls. There was a Wyvern, which is a 4-cylinder, and a Velox and the Cresta, which is a 6-cylinder. This one is the Velox, and it looks like it's a 54. Bit of a contrast here with this 2000 Chevy Corvette. And then this Mercury, what year is that? 60. Mercury Park Lane Cruiser. I know some of the kind of early 60s Mercuries were kind of similar to what they were going to build for Edsel when Edsel kind of went under. Mark II Scirocco here. Quite a late one, I think, actually, this one. With some Ronald turbo wheels. 2001 MGF. So have a look at this K10 Micro whilst we're here. That's a very straight looking K10 Micro, my gosh. Immaculate under there. This is sort of like festival exceptional sort of material, this. It's the 1.2 GS, and when I drove a while ago it was a 1 litre or less, didn't even have a passenger mirror. It's a bit more luxurious than one of those. Oh, Ford RS200, very nice views, very, very nice indeed. Yeah, that'll do, won't it? 86, 87 registration. Reliant helped to build this. A lot of Sierra bits in there, of course, as well. Toyota MR2 SW20, quite a late one in 1999, so what rev that is I don't know. And hello to Pepper Monster TV on YouTube. Oh, and then we have something very special to end this part on. 1975 to 76, Humber Scepter estate, based on the Hillman Hunter. Look at that, we've got some nice fabric there, rev counter, all this sort of stuff. This is just before they got rid of the Humber brand entirely, actually. But that is most agreeable, isn't it? Anyway, I better go and get my raincoat, actually, I think it is. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like us in the comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for more incorrect information.